Hi everybody, so today we're going to talk about the oboe. So before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and take my reed and put it in my little cup of water so it can start to soak while we get set up. So we're going to take the bell of the oboe and the lower joint and put them together. So while we do this, we want to try not to touch any of these mechanisms and twist them around, just because it can make these rods and things out of alignment and then your instrument won't work. So then we're going to take this upper joint and this lower half that we put together and stick it in, grab the top where we're not going to touch any keys, and we can hold on to the bell. We're just going to twist that into place. And then we want to make sure that the bridge keys on this upper joint are lined up with the other half of the keys on the lower joint. So once we have that all set up, we can tap our reed off and blow the water out. Okay, so now we want to work on our posture for playing oboe. So just like with any other instrument, we want to have a nice overall posture. So sitting up straight, having our neck aligned with our spine, and all that. So for the oboe, it is at a higher angle than the clarinet. The clarinet usually sits at like a 45-degree angle. We're going to raise the oboe just a little bit above that. So not parallel, not 45 degree. So our hand position for the oboe, our left hand is on top, and we have these three bigger keys on this top half. So it'll go index finger, 2, 3, and the thumb just rests on the back close to this key here, so that when we need it, we are close to it. And then the right hand, same thing as the top, the big keys, 1, 2, 3, and then our right thumb goes underneath the thumb rest. And our pinkies, they hover above these keys so that we can move them around and use all of those. Something to be aware of is to keep your hands nice and curved so that we don't bump into any of these side keys while playing. So keeping nice curved fingers can help prevent us bumping into other keys that we don't need to be hitting. So for our embouchure, we're going to take our straw and we are going to put it at that angle and have it on our lower lip. And we're going to slowly and carefully roll our lower lip over our bottom teeth, and then do the same for our top teeth. Now all you have to do is just close your lips around your straw, and that will mimic the embouchure that we use to play the oboe. Just like that. So when we have our embouchure, we want to make sure that our jaw is not tense and that we are not biting the reed. So again, our lips that are covering our teeth are just lightly resting on the reed. So making our first sounds, we're going to do what we did with our straw, but this time with our reed. I dip mine in my water a little bit. Okay, so you're going to rest out on your lower lip and roll it in. You're going to rest your upper lip over your teeth, over your reed, and then we're going to blow a really fast air. So you can work on that to get your first sound, just blowing really fast air through the reed. So moving on to the articulation, you're going to use the tip of your tongue on the tip of the reed. So the tip of our reed is where we have an opening since we don't have a mouthpiece, the two reeds vibrate together. So just like any other reeded instrument, we want to use our tongue to start and stop the air. So we're going to hit the tip of our tongue on the tip of the reed to start and stop the air, just like this. So again, just using the tip of our tongue on the reed as we blow, and then releasing the tongue to start and stop the sound. So I'm going to dip my reed again, and I'm going to play a song for you guys so that you know what the oboe sounds like. So that was good till Aunt Rhody. So that's the tone that the oboe makes. So now going through our disassembly. So I just took my reed out, and you can put it in a reed case, or if you don't have one, you can get a nice little cup and put it in there carefully so that it can dry. We don't want to put it in an enclosed case because that can make your reed moldy. So now that we have the instrument, we're going to take our silk swab. We're going to put it in the bottom of the oboe, and the weight will come out of the top, and you're just going to pull that through the instrument. So just like that. And we're going to set that off to the side so that you can let it dry, so don't put it back in your case. And then we can go on ahead and take this apart the way that we put it together. So starting with the top, hold on to the bottom, hold on to the top without any keys, and you can put that in its case. We're going to take the bottom apart the same way that we put it together, and do that without hitting these keys. You can lay that down on its case and close it up, and we have our oboe all packaged and ready to go. So I hope that you learned something about the oboe today, and happy oboeing!